Mexico City is slowly becoming one of my favorite cities. It is so accessible and there are so many good foods and drinks to try, along with unlimited activities. So when my sister and I were looking for a place to meet up and continue our traditional siblings trip, we thought this would be the perfect place. She and her husband flew in from Chicago and I flew in from New York to start our 10 days of work and adventure. On our second and third day, we visited Chapultepec Castle, went to the Mezcal Museum in Garibaldi Plaza, attended a Lucha Libre Show, and learned about the roots of Mexico City at the Plaza de Tres Cultures. This is part 2 of 4, and here's how it went. Bye, Hill. Have fun working.
Bye.
See you later.
Let's go.
Let's go. Good morning, guys. It's our second day here in Mexico City. Hillary has to work, so we left her in the room, so it's a bros day. So me and Andrew are going to go hit the city. Alright guys, so today we're actually going to head to this castle, kind of in the central part of Mexico City, but first we want to just grab some tacos for lunch. Alright guys, so we found this little street side taco stand where all the locals are eating right near our hostel, so we're pretty stoked to try this food. It looks amazing, so. So there was this green sauce here, and I thought it was guacamole, but it's spicy sauce. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, those tacos were amazing. We ended up getting another round of tacos because they were so good. But anyways, we're gonna head to Chapultepec Castle now, which is in the heart of downtown. So we're gonna grab a taxi and head there. We've just taken a 20-minute Uber down to the heart of Mexico City here, and we're in Chapultepec Park, which is this massive park, twice as big as Central Park in New York. And in here somewhere there's the castle, which is what we're trying to find, but there's just beautiful trees and it's a nice place to just walk around. We've just bought our tickets to go up to the castle here, and it was just about $5 to come up here. And now we're going up this ramp that's kind of wrapping us up around the castle, and we're starting to get these beautiful views looking back at Mexico City. You can see the mountains off in the distance, and this place claims to have some of the best views in all of Mexico City. So I'm really excited to see the views, but then also the architecture up here and the interior, the paintings, the artwork. It's gonna be pretty cool, so let's go check it out. So we've just made it to the top of the castle here, and as you enter, you're just greeted with this beautiful castle, amazing flowers, some flags, and again, just some amazing views looking all over the city. So let's start by heading into the castle and see what this looks like from the inside. Right as you enter the castle, there's this beautiful staircase with these gold railings. The stairs kind of go up the middle, then off to the side. It's a very unique shape and path to it. And then there's beautiful stained glass windows letting some colorful light in, and then these incredible paintings on the ceiling and the walls. It's just a very ornate entrance. throughout the palace there's just tons of these beautiful galleries, amazing artwork, massive pieces that cover whole walls, whole ceilings, and then there's a lot of interesting history. Most of it's in Spanish, so I was mostly looking at the pictures, but very cool. And there's just so many beautiful ornate rooms to walk through in there. So, but anyways, out here in the back gardens, we have this nice little garden area, and there's this beautiful pergola that just has incredible views looking back over the city and the mountains in the distance. So let's go check this out. So we've just taken a good amount of time exploring some more of the galleries on the bottom floor, learning about some of the Aztec history here and some of the wars throughout the time here in Mexico, as well as some early Mexican history. And then you kind of come out this back door at the bottom of the palace, and you come out on this beautiful patio with like a checkered floor, and then you just have incredible views of Mexico City all around here. So let's just walk around this patio porch and enjoy these views. This is amazing. All the way at the edge of the palace here, we have this nice balcony, and you're looking straight down Paseo de la Reforma, and you just have these beautiful sweeping views looking out all over Mexico City. And then as you're walking around the palace here, you have these couple little like windows to look into the palace to kind of see what it looked like to live here back in the day. Alright, so we came around the corner, and there's one more very elegant, beautiful staircase, amazing stained glass, that takes you up to one last porch here with incredible views of the city. Check this out. Alright guys, so that's about it for Chapultepec Castle up here, but that was incredible. Probably one of the best 5 tourist dollars I've ever spent. There was just so much. There was like the museum, there were galleries, incredible paintings. You got to see like inside the old palace, the old furniture and interior design, and then just getting those sweeping views of Mexico City from up here. It's just such a massive city, and you can see so much of it up on this little peninsula. So anyways, we're gonna head back down the hill from the castle here. We're gonna grab a taxi, head back to the historic center, and we're gonna check out the Mezcal Museum and do some mezcal samplings. But yeah, amazing place up here. So we've just made it back to the historic center here, and right in Garibaldi Plaza, there's this big glass-looking building that is the Museum of Tequila and Mezcal. So we're gonna go in here, learn a little bit about the processes and how they grow everything, and then hope to sample some tequila and mezcal. So let's head and check it out. part of the museum here kind of explains how tequila and mezcal are made. There's a map of all the growing regions of mezcal throughout Mexico, and it shows you kind of the process of how it's made from the plant to distilling and everything in between. So, and then along the wall here, they just have like tons of mezcal and tequila bottles, and it's just beautiful to see like all the different artistic bottles that they've had throughout the years. And then you kind of come through here, and then the museum turns into a bit of a mariachi museum as well. So you have a timeline of mariachi history, and yeah, so pretty cool museum. And it was only about $3 to enter this, and I think our ticket gets us a tasting downstairs. Alright, so up on top of the Mezcal Museum, you have this like beautiful patio. There's all these seats and little tables you can sit at. You can look down over Garibaldi Square, and then you can look off and see kind of downtown Mexico City. But I think the tasting is downstairs, so we're gonna head back downstairs to try our Mezcal and tequila.
Tasting, not a drunk. Try to smell your glasses and drink sips.
So we've come down to the little tasting area here on the patio, and you're looking over Garibaldi Square. You can hear the mariachi bands. So let's try some of the mezcal and tequila. Which one's the mezcal? Which one's tequila? This one's mezcal. Just finished up at the Mezcal Tequila Museum. That was super fun, getting some tastings and just like hanging out there. We were able to see like a couple mariachi bands, but we're gonna rush back to the hostel because we have a Lucha Libre show tonight, which is Mexican wrestling. So we're gonna go back, put our bags away, then we're gonna head to the wrestling match and maybe find some tacos along the way. Alright guys, so tickets were sold out online to the Lucha Libre show, so we're gonna head to the arena and see if we can buy some tickets. Alright guys, so we've just made it to Arena Mexico here right as the sun is setting, and we're going to try to buy some tickets to the Lucha Libre show, which is like a Mexican wrestling where they wear these masks and costumes and stuff. It's really fun, so let's go buy some tickets. Just got 7 tickets for us and all of our friends to go to the wrestling match, so super stoked here. Are you guys ready to go to the wrestling thing?
Very ready.
What do you expect?
I don't know what to expect, but excited to experience it with some of our local friends and get the full experience.
I am so excited for Lucha Libre. This is like my favorite thing to do in Mexico, so it's gonna be fun. But first we're gonna go try to find some tacos. We found this little street side taco place just around the corner from the arena, so tacos are like 75 cents here, so we are going to load up.
I haven't had tacos since yesterday for lunch, I think, so.
Wow, you're about to.
I don't know what else I have had.
All I've had is tacos.
Andrew's grand finale.
Cheers guys to the best night of Mexico City. Here we go.
After 3-something days, we finally know what a campechano taco is. Campechano is a popular style of street taco made exclusively here in Mexico City, but it's combining several meats, usually beef and pork, into one delicious taco. Gracias a Google.
So by now I've tried just about every taco here. I've had like 5 tacos. She's had 6. How many of you had? 5. So what are some favorites?
The al pastor with con queso.
Al pastor con queso is great in the campechanos.
Gracias. Gracias. That was super fun. We have about 15 minutes before the match begins, so we're probably just gonna start heading back to the stadium. Guys, so we just finished our Lucha Libre show there, and unfortunately they didn't let me bring my camera in there, but I got some good shots with the phone. But that was just, it's so funny, like it's so scripted and crazy and chaotic. Am I coming with you guys, or? But yeah, it was just such a crazy show, so fun, so hilarious. So anyways, we're gonna head out to a couple more bars tonight, but we'll see you guys tomorrow when we'll explore more of Mexico City. So we'll see you there.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now.
Good morning, it's our third day here in Mexico City, and Hillary has to sit around and do work all day, so it's another bros morning here in Mexico City, and we're heading to the Plaza de Tres Cultures.
It's the only place in Mexico City where you can see the architecture styles and history from Mesoamerica, colonial times, and modern Mexican architecture.
It's only about probably less than a mile from our hostel here, so we're just gonna walk there. As we were just walking all these back streets of Mexico City, we just kind of ran into these massive skulls that are just on the street here. That's why I just love walking places if you can, because you just never know what you're gonna find. So we've just made it to the Plaza of Three Culturas, or Tlatelolco. I won't be able to pronounce that, but this is actually pretty amazing. I never even knew about this site last time, but it says it's one of the most significant historic sites here in Mexico City. And again, you can just see these old ruins here and the colonial Spanish church in the background, and it's right in the middle of the city here, and it gives you a bit of an intro to a lot of this Mexican city history and culture that was here. So looking forward to just kind of walking around these ruins and then eventually checking out the church.
This little temple here was used to the passage of time as a calendar temple. You know that because the 13 panel slots on the side were used to tell the time between the two calendar systems they had, the 365-day solar calendar, as well as the ritualistic calendar of, I think, like 260 days.
Right in the middle of the temple complex here, we have this three-tiered step pyramid. That was the original pyramid here, built in about the 1300s, and that's where a lot of the sacrifices were made to the gods of the civilization here. It's quite big. It's a couple stories high here, and it's just really interesting to just see this old stonework from like hundreds of years ago. After exploring those extensive Aztec ruins here, you kind of come up the hill, and then you have this colonial 15th century Spanish church that was built over some of the temple complex here. So we're gonna go in and check this out. All right, very cool exploring this really old Spanish church. The inside is very simple. It's just these white domed ceilings with just stone arches, and then there's a couple saints buried in there, and just has a very old feel to it. There's a little bit of artwork, but it's not very ornate inside, very simple, but from the outside you can just tell that this church is just ancient. So it is time for Andrew to go back to Chicago. So it was a fun 2.5 days here in Mexico City. Andrew had a little bit longer before that, but he's got to go back and work for the government. So it's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming. Yep, it's a blast. And yeah, have a safe flight. That was about it for 2.5 days here with Hillary and Andrew. With Andrew leaving, and then Hillary and I are going to be working pretty hard here the next couple days in Mexico City. That'll probably be the end of this video, but Hillary and I have another week, so we're doing a lot of work here. But next weekend we have a lot of fun stuff planned. We're going to go back to the Sunday market, we're going to go to a soccer match, and do a lot of other fun things here in Mexico City. So yeah, that's it for now. We'll see you guys in the next one.